So you are in the right place today. If you've been looking in the mirror, like, what is happening to my body? And why is my belly fat leading the charge? This workshop is for primarily women who've been doing all the things. If you're like me, you're probably a type A, and so doing is your comfort zone, even though you've been overdoing and now you're stressed out. So between the workouts, the obsessively thinking about eating and dieting and what the right diet is and what the right food is, fasting, which had its fad recently, and somehow still feeling inflamed, puffy, exhausted, waking up in the middle of the night, running on chaos. If you have Googled burnout, adrenal fatigue, cortisol, any and all the things, hormones, but deep down, you're just tired of feeling like your body is gaslighting you and nothing is really giving you the answer or the plan that you feel like is working for you, or you've been doing something over and over again, kind of going back to your like tried and true method. Maybe it worked in your 20s, maybe it worked in your early 30s, and it's just not quite working the same way anymore. If your days feel frantic, your nights end in pantry standoffs, anyone like just open the pantry in the evening when everything's done for the day and you're relaxing, watching TV, whatever, and you're just like, I'm just going to go look in the pantry. It's almost like a habit is driving you there and you don't actually want anything, but you're also bored. You also want something, but nothing's quite satisfying the craving. And so you might end up just like overeating because you're trying to quelch this craving that isn't really what the food is giving you. Okay, so we're going to do a little self-assessment to understand what phase we are in individually when it comes to where we're at in this process. Okay, so I'm going to break down the 3 phases for you. So phase 1, which I'm going to take an educated guess that most of us are in, and I call this the rescue phase. And this is where we want to calm the chaos, stop the spiral, and rebuild a foundation of safety. How do we know if we're in phase 1? You're gaining weight while you're eating less food. You feel bloated, puffy, or inflamed daily, especially by the evening or in the middle of the afternoon. You might wake up sometime between 2 and 4 a.m. and cannot fall back to sleep. And that's like the underline there. It's not just like I get up, I go to the bathroom, and I fall right back asleep. It's like I am now awake until I fall asleep in the next 2 hours. Or maybe you just feel wired at night. It's hard to wind down. You have low energy, brain fog, or you feel that hollow tired, like you just are depleted. Anxious, irritable, panicked without knowing why. There's no emergency, but you always feel like there's an emergency. Constantly craving sugar, carbs, or salt, especially, I would say like after 4 p.m. It like hits you and you like turn into a different person. So even all of your best intentions are just thrown out the window. Your workouts that maybe you used to enjoy, used to make you feel good, leave you feeling more exhausted or inflamed or flared up. And you feel like you just can't push through anymore, and you really don't want to push through anymore. Your body's in a stress loop, so the rescue phase is going to break this. Okay, so let's move on to phase 2. Phase 2, I call this rebuild. This is where we're going to restore your metabolism and give flexibility to your hormones, to your metabolism, and to your nervous system. So this is where we stop white knuckling it and we start giving our body the bandwidth to actually feeling good again. So how do we know if you're in phase 2? You start sleeping through the night, most nights. Not every night, but it's getting better. Your anxiety is lower, it's less, it's more manageable, it's not as intense feeling. Your cravings are decreased and your hunger is less intense. You don't feel like this ravenous monster. And it's more predictable. You're like, I know I'm going to be hungry in about 3 or 4 hours. It doesn't hit you like out of nowhere and it's all hands on deck. Your digestion is more regular. you're eating more food, more nutritious food without gaining weight. You're able to strength train or just move your body in a exercise type of way or a way that feels good without crashing after. And your baseline stress levels feel lower, like you have more capacity to hold more things in your life. This is the comeback phase. All right. And then phase 3 is the recomp phase. Phase 3 is where we might intentionally start to lose body fat without burning our system out. But I will say a lot of the time, the women that I'm working with are losing body fat in phases 1 and 2. They're just not trying to. It's because their metabolism and their nervous system feels safe enough since we're eating more, since they're getting the nutrients that their body needs, that their body actually starts to release weight without them trying. So that's a healthy thing. And we just want to keep that up. So how do we know we're in phase 3? You're sleeping. You are sleeping soundly, 7 to 8 hours. You're like, I haven't slept this good since I was a teenager. Your belly isn't inflamed or bloated by the end of the day. Your blood sugar and your cravings are stable. You start strength training 2 times a week, 20 minutes, 2 times a week, at home with weights, and you feel like you're getting stronger without fatigue. Your nervous system feels resilient. Your stress doesn't instantly derail you. You feel grounded. You feel emotionally stable. You feel like, oh, wow, this is me. I'm back. Like I'm here. And you're also maintaining your weight by eating more calories. Our body isn't burning fat when it doesn't feel safe. The type of fat that we're storing is biologically sticky in the visceral belly fat. Our metabolism has now adapted in the wrong direction, and cortisol is blocking the fat loss signals in multiple ways, from our hormones to our hunger hormones to being calling in more cortisol basically and depositing it, as well as eating through our muscle and breaking down our metabolism. So even though some of the tools you might be using right now are good tools, they might be healthy tools, but you might just be applying them in the wrong phase of where you're at. Trying to burn body fat before your body feels safe to do so and is at a safety place and is out of survival state is basically like trying to wallpaper a house that's still mid-renovation and has no walls up yet. So that 3-phase process and what we do when, this is your key. This is what your key is to help guide you, in addition to obviously all the information that I shared earlier, but this is like a nice table to consolidate it all. So if you feel like you're in phase 1, this is your plan of action. If you feel like you're in phase 2, this is your plan. Phase 3, this is your plan. If this feels like a good starting point for you, amazing. You can literally begin tomorrow with this information. In the cortisol course and the new cortisol belly program I have just added, we go into each of these columns in detail, obviously, for each of the phases. So it just covers everything more explicitly in a way that will support you and obviously get into the dirty details with you. And this is what it looks like when it works. So this is going to be some evidence I really want you to let in. These are some of my clients' stories. My first client, we'll call her Erica. She was the hit queen who couldn't lose belly fat. She would do some type of high intensity workout 5 times a week. She would do fasting. She did no carbs after lunch, but she was still puffy, bloated, not losing weight, and just feeling worse than ever. But within 3 weeks of applying what we did in phase 1, her sleep improved. She lost 8 pounds within the first few weeks of eating more food, and she saw all of the muscle that she'd worked so hard finally pop through. Her cravings disappeared, and she just felt emotionally chill, like she allowed herself to not feel like she was running all the time from something. And she said, this program felt like my body finally exhaled. And then my client, Michelle, 3 a.m. anxiety wake-ups, daily exhaustion, belly bloated by 5 p.m., despite clean eating, over relying on supplements and routine, and just like all over the place. But the program really helped her focus, balance her meals. She knew she needed to do it. She just needed a plan to tell her what to do. No more skipped meals, following her AM PM stacks, not over supplementing. And her nervous system started to regulate. Same. Belly started to flatten, less inflamed, less puffy, digesting better, not feeling like overly full between meals, and also feeling hungry regularly, which she knew was a signal that her metabolism was coming back online. So now that you have an idea of what your body actually needs, you have 2 choices. Number 1, you can push through, continue to do what you've been doing. Rules, restriction, belly fat, frustration, spinning your wheels. Or you can do option 2, work with your body, try something different, trust that there is another solution. Rebuild trust with your hormones, rebuild trust with your body, help your body feel safe, nourish yourself more, and feel like you again. And so that's what literally we're doing in the Cortisol Belly Bundle. It's 2 courses, my OG Cortisol Balance Method and the brand new Cortisol Belly Protocol that I've created, and I've bundled them together for you in one price. And you don't have to figure it out alone anymore, which is kind of the whole point. You don't have to piece together things from podcasts and TikTok and Instagram anymore. And we're doing it together. What's inside the bundle? You get the OG course, which is 10 modules, 0 fluff, which is teaching you how to rebalance cortisol. We love that. The full 4-step Cortisol Belly Protocol is like the sister of the OG course. And it's speaking to the phases, and it's speaking to the 4 steps that we learned in our workshop today. We talk supplement stacks, we talk movement guides, we talk the best types of workouts, we talk how to structure workouts, we talk how to put into practice. Like, it's easy to say, okay, I know I need to eat more, but then it's like, oh my gosh, how do I eat more? I don't have time to cook more. I don't have the desire to cook. Ugh. How do I actually apply this without going crazy or just feeling overwhelmed? And that's what this course is for. It's teaching you lazy, convenient hacks to put the stuff into practice little by little so that it just feels like this is what you do now. Hello, this is what I do now. This is my new normal. Not, oh God, why is this so hard? I hate doing this. This is so frustrating. Why did I, that whole, we're done with that. No guesswork, no overwhelm, just daily steps that actually work. You get lifetime access. It's all self-paced. You can go back and rewatch it, use it as a resource, go as slow as you want. It's all there for you. And this is a system that has helped thousands of women improve how they feel, improve their energy, improve their sleep, and lose weight if that is something they are looking to do. Just some of the amazing testimonials I included here are from Amanda, who lost 3 inches from her waist in just 5 weeks of applying the stuff in the protocol. And for the first time in years, she's not starving or spitting out between meals. Julie used to wake up every night around 2 or 3 a.m. Raise your hand if that is something you're familiar with. And now she's sleeping through the night and feels like a human again. And then Jenna just thought she was getting older, stuck with stubborn belly, like just didn't really know what to do anymore. She tried everything. And this course helped her lose 4 inches, and she actually feels good in her clothes again. And we all know that translates to, I feel more confident in my skin. I feel more confident in my life. I'm able to be with my kids. I'm able to have energy to do the things I love to do. Like, it is a full life improvement. You know what I mean? I think we all do. And of course, you'll get the Cortisol Belly Protocol. This is my results from doing this exact protocol over the last few weeks, 8 weeks specifically. I started this at the end of June. And believe it or not, applying the information from the Cortisol Belly protocol, I really wanted to focus on eating more food in order to lose body fat and lose stress weight. And I explain all of this and why that's actually the thing that most of us are getting wrong when it comes to this type of specific belly fat caused by chronic stress and cortisol imbalances. And this course gives you the information that you need and basically helps you make a plan with it that applies to your life. And we, of course, apply what you need based on which phase you're in. So if you're in phase 1, 2, or 3, which we all discovered just watching this video together, and then we're going to apply my 4-step protocol, and we'll talk, of course, supplement stacks, but really we talk food timing, we talk nutrition, we talk lazy hacks, which are basically just making your life easier and more efficient, and allows you to sustain the things that we're doing. So much support with nutrition in really helping you completely rehaul from the ground up what you've been doing, and you'll have an understanding of why you're doing it and why this is what your body needs. This is a practical, what do I eat? How do I train? What do I actually do on a random Tuesday type of blueprint? And just in case you're wondering, no, I'm not on any GLP-1 weight loss injections or drugs. It's just not for me. I'm not against it, but just personally, that's not what I'm doing right now. That's not how I got these results. I got them the old-fashioned way, but I've also applied a lot of information that I'm going to be teaching you, especially when it comes to nutrition, the timing of what you want to be eating, how much you want to be eating, and just a few more amazing testimonials from students, just down 10 pounds, feeling amazing. The cortisol course stopped the sugar cravings, finally lost the weight that was stressing me out. I can't believe how much clearer my thinking is now that my cortisol is balanced. Another one says, my anxiety has decreased significantly. I used to feel constantly on edge, but now I feel so much calmer. Another is, my sleep has improved dramatically this week, falling asleep faster and waking up less. Priming the big 6, something we learn in the program, is a quick and easy way to feel instantly invigorated. And then more about 15 pounds lost in 3 months, and my waist is shrinking. The results are truly amazing when you start to give your body what it needs and have it come out of that stress state. Now, we do have 2 bonuses that are included in addition to all of this. The first one is a 30-day free trial to my membership, which is super exciting. And it's where I share unfiltered, like behind the scenes updates of what I'm personally doing in my life, in my workouts, yes, in my meals, in my cortisol plan, but also stuff I'm struggling with in real life with work and family and dating and just being a 30-something-year-old woman living in Manhattan. So it's like, I wanted it to feel fun. I wanted it to feel like FaceTiming your best friend. I wanted it to feel like having your RD, your dietitian, your cortisol coach on speed dial and just feel like she's really in it with you, because I truly am. And I just wanted to give you that like insider sneak peek. So you get a 30-day free trial to that. And then the bonus number 2 is 30 on-demand cortisol-friendly strength workouts. They are only 22 minutes each. That's it. You can do them at home. There's minimal equipment, and I'm leading them. These are my old school warrior workouts that I started back over the pandemic. And these are like the beginner friendly workouts. So you get 30 different workouts. So you'll be able to utilize those, again, having lifetime access to that. And it's just a great way for beginners or people who are busy or people who don't know how to quite work out, that's going to support their cortisol levels instead of just continue to dysregulate them. So if you enroll now, you will get instant access to everything that I just broke down: the Cortisol OG Balance course, the Cortisol Belly protocol, the 30-day free trial, and the 30 beginner-friendly warrior workouts. The regular price is $397. You're only going to pay $197, one price. That's it. The price will increase 1 week from today because I'm going to release it to the public. But I want you guys to get the best price. So you could pay in full. There are also payment plans. There's multiple options there on the sales, on the checkout page from Klarna or Affirm or Afterpay. So you have 2 options to pay there. So just click that button that I shared and you can check it out and get everything. This is what the checkout page looks like, and this is where this payment plan options are right there.